I now have one very special privilege. If you've ever watched the House of Commons on TV, and if you haven't, try it sometime, you will know that from time to time the House of Commons elects a Speaker. And you may know that the tradition is that the Speaker is dragged, somewhat unwillingly, but one trusts gently, to the Speaker's chair. For reasons which I will explain in a moment, I am going to walk across this stage to find Anne Keane MP and to gently encourage her to the front of the stage so that we may present to her the Honorary Doctor of Laws. It is, Anne, with enormous pleasure that I bring you forward today as Parliamentary Under-Secretary of State for Health Services at the Department of Health to receive an Honorary Doctor of Laws from this university. I replicated the Speaker bit because a year ago Anne was here as a guest of honour, sitting in the chair where Sarah is today, giving. And when she gave to the people who sat in your chair a year ago, she wowed everybody here. Anne's a giver. But sometimes it's important to recognise those who give. And it is not always easy for those who give to receive. I know that, I've learned that today. Which is why I replicated the Speaker choreography. Born in North Wales, Anne's political career began when she was just 4 years old, when she would help her parents canvass for the Labour Party by transporting leaflets in the back of her tricycle. I've news for you, I did the same. But unfortunately my parents had the wrong political party, so I've switched allegiances. Spot the red. She has often spoken about how she believed that all children did this with their parents. Of course, when she grew a little bit older, she realised that that wasn't quite the case. Educated at Elfed Secondary Modern School in Clwyd in Wales, Anne left school at 15 when she went to the US, arriving the day President Kennedy was assassinated. Interesting connection there. Being brought up in a politically active environment, this event had a big impact on her experience in America, where she went on to continue her education in Detroit. Her arrival in the States was also significant for another reason. She brought with her a sizable collection of Beatles memorabilia, which intrigued her new American friends, as the band was still largely unknown in the States at that time. However, a couple of months later, the Fab Four landed on American soil and, as many of you will know, took the nation by storm. Anne remembers how her friends thought she knew the Beatles personally because she has so many items of Beatles memorabilia, and her own popularity soared as a result. Returning to the UK in 1964, Anne went to Surrey University and in 1976 began her career as a registered nurse. And trust me, what I witnessed last year in this ceremony and what I witnessed again today when Anne opened the Butterfield building on behalf of the university and talked with your colleague student nurses, those skills of being a nurse are still alive and well. In the following years, she qualified as a district nurse, a senior nursing tutor, and was later appointed head of the Faculty of Advanced Nursing at Queen Charlotte's College in Hammersmith Hospital. Spot it? Clinical relevance, leadership, teaching the next generation of the workforce, exactly the same kind of career outline as I was presenting to you with Sarah, and that I'm encouraging you to follow. She went on to become head of faculty for advanced nursing practice at Thames Valley University and was later awarded an honorary professorship of nursing by Thames Valley University and made a fellow of the Queen's Nursing Institute. Throughout her nursing career, Anne's keen interest and involvement in politics grew significantly, and in 1997 was elected MP for Brentford and Isleworth, serving on the Health Select Committee. 2 years later, she was appointed as Parliamentary Private Secretary to Frank Dobson, whilst he was Secretary of State for Health. In 2001, Anne was appointed to Gordon Brown, then Chancellor of the Exchequer, where she remained his private parliamentary secretary until 2007, when change really came to Westminster, if I may pinch a line from someone else, when she became Parliamentary Under-Secretary for Health. Married to Alan Keane, who is an MP for Feltham and Heston, and with 3 children, Anne's achievements are profound. As a former nurse, she relentlessly pursued excellence, as I hope you will, something which was acknowledged through the accolades of Nurse of the Year and Children's Nurse of the Year. She has run a high-profile campaign to ensure equality of treatment for women with ovarian cancer, something which won her the Public Figure of the Year from the national cancer charity Cancer Backup. And before she was appointed to the government, Anne was secretary to the all-party parliamentary group on breast cancer, working closely with health organisations, charities and unions on health issues. As a member of the Select Committee, Anne was instrumental in lobbying in introducing the national minimum wage and has successfully campaigned for employees' rights to paid holidays and union representation at work. She has also actively supported the introduction of better protection from verbal and physical assault for emergency workers and was the named Member of Parliament that led legislation to equalise the age of consent. In her actions, her values speak. In her campaign against domestic violence, Anne worked closely with the charity Refuge to help bring together her nursing contacts with the Metropolitan Police, providing training for police officers and nurses. She was a member of the committee that introduced legislation to criminalise domestic violence. A committed supporter of the successful Jubilee 2000 campaign to cancel world debt, Anne continues to work with the Prime Minister on this issue, as well as through her colleagues in the all-party group on Third World debt. Furthermore, she vigorously supports the White Ribbon Alliance, which aims to reduce the very high levels of women dying in childbirth around the world. With a passion for people's well-being and equality, Anne Keane MP has made an outstanding contribution to politics and to health, both as a politician and as a healthcare professional and nurse. It is in recognition of these, her outstanding achievements in the field of nursing, and her championship of equality and diversity issues, so in line with this university's own vision and values, that this award goes to Anne Keane today. It is therefore with the greatest pleasure, Madam President, that I now invite you to present to Anne Keane MP the Honorary Doctor of Laws.